Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Here on this beautiful Tuesday evening, we get set for round number 3 here of the Touring Modified Series. Tonight, we are at Falls, Fairbury American Legion Speedway for round number 3. Good evening, race friends. Brett Wheeler with you for tonight's coverage and tonight's call as we get set here for what should be 1 or 2 heat races on the program, and then straight into a warm-up session, followed up by a 30-lap main event. We're looking forward, after coming off Lernerville, and I'm just trying to think where we were at last week, but next week we take a break. We come back for 1 week, and we'll take another break, and that's just due to the fact that, here on this Wednesday, I've got a pre-appointment surgery, and then on the 20-something it is. I believe it's the 24th. No, maybe the 25th is when I'll be back in hospital after surgery. So the guys here at the Touring Modified Series are going to take a week off just so we can cover all racing. So next week, I believe we head to Lanier National Speedway. Heat number 1 here at the Touring Modified Series. No qualifying. Randomised heat races. Starting on pole in car number 29 from Indiana, that'll be Richie Yost on his outside from the Mid-South. In car number 32, Tanner Russell lines up position number 2. Inside your second row, in car number 64, Ryan Feller will start position number 3 on his outside. An 80 from Texas in car number 2 of Tommy Jordan, position number 4. Rolling off shotgun here in heat race number 1, position number 5 also from Texas, driving car number 14, that'll be Robert Chapman. We get set here for heat race number 1. There'll be 2 heats on the program, and our pole sitter, Richie Yost, well, not making the call for tonight's opening heat race. So we'll just have the 4 cars in heat race number 1, and then we'll have, I believe, another 4 cars in heat number 2. Ryan Feller, the 64, Tanner Russell in the 32. We get set for green flag action here off turn number 4. And we are green. Tommy Jordan in the number 2 machine, looking to sneak up on the inside, nearly making it 3 wide as Jordan. So now we'll move into second. Tanner Russell and Ryan Feller have contact as Jordan up on the inside of Feller as they make contact in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Lap number 1 of 8, Jordan into the side of Feller. They keep it going again, and here comes Tanner Russell to the outside. The outside pole sitter. And the original pole sitter, we are yellow in heat race number 1. Well, this is very sensitive here at Fairbury with bringing on the yellow flags. Wicked cushion instant replay. Coming out first time tonight. Keep an eye on the 2 machine. Down the back stretch, he had contact with the 14. Now that is Robert Chapman. Jordan loops the car facing the wrong way in turn number 3. Very simple caution. Heat number 1 under the yellow flag conditions here behind your iRacing.com pace truck. Round number 3 of the Touring Modified Series here at Fairbury. The Rocket Chassis, number 64 machine, Ryan Feller on the outside of Tanner, or on the inside of Tanner Russell on the outside. We get set, here we go. Heat race number 1 about to resume once again. Green flag is out, we're back underway. So essentially 2 in the books with still 6 to run. It's Feller leading down the back stretch. Russell moves back into second. Then you go back to Robert Chapman in the 14 machine. They'll go side by side momentarily, but it's going to be Tanner Russell who holds on to the second spot. Meanwhile, Jordan into the side of Chapman once again as we keep it clean and green for the most part here in heat number 1. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Ryan Feller looking to start on pole for tonight's main event, 30 laps around Fairbury. Tell you what, Jordan and Chapman are still going at it as now Jordan gets well clear of Chapman for that 3rd and 4th position. Russell trying the top side in turn number 1, right back down through the middle, somewhat of a diamond line through 1 and 2. How will he make it through 3 and 4? For the most part, stays upstairs. That right rear quarter panel certainly making contact with that outside concrete wall. Meanwhile, all around the bottom side, goes Ryan Feller. White flag is out. Heat number 1. As Feller will make his way down the back stretch into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. This time my checkered flag is out. Ryan Feller gets the win. He will start on pole for tonight's 30-lap main event. This will line up basically the inside row. Second is going to be Tanner Russell. We'll bring up those heat race results for you right now. And you go back to Tommy Jordan and Robert Chapman in 3rd and 4th. Richie Yost home in 5th position because he did not make the grid. Alright, heat race number 2. Let's take a look at how they line up here with your Ultimate Dirt TV. Starting grid 4 cars in car number 02 from the Mid-South. That'll be CJ Howe. Will start on pole. On the outside of the front row in car number 15, that'll be Kale Westover. Second row inside and outside, that'll be Jake Esther out of position number 3. And they call him Quick Nick. Nick Klinkenbeard will start position number 4. Just the 4 cars here in heat race number 2. Again, this will line up the outside row. Here we go, green flag is out. Heat number 1. Heat number 1 is already complete. Heat number 2 on track. Westover in the 15. Then you go back to CJ Howell. Klinkenbeard in that 66 machine. Back there in 3rd position. Westover on the outside. Howell. Well, just seen some technical issues there for the driver of the number 2 machine, but now it looks all plain sailing right now. Good battle on for the race lead down into turn number 3 and 4. Howe and Westover, Klinkenbeard and Esther. That's the way they run, but the battle is on for the number 1 spot. These 2 drivers, well, they've been going at it since the drop of the green flag. Howe staying on the bottom side. Westover continues to stay upstairs. CJ Howe had it at the start-finish line by probably just under half a car, but here comes Westover with a run down the back stretch into 3 and 4. It's going to be, well, that was tight. I'm going to the naked eye. I'll give that to the 15 of Kyle Westover. 2.5 to run down the back straight away. Klinkenbeard and Jake Esther in 3rd and 4th having their own little battle, but again, that was close again at the start-finish line. Too close to call. Westover's got the run down the back straight away. CJ Howell, when does he throw the slider? That's going to be Westover to lead that lap as the white flag flies. Howell gets a little sideways. Westover with a good run down the back straight away into 3 and 4. For the final time, it's going to be a drag race, but Westover makes a mistake. What a heat number 2, turning it on here at Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Heat 2 is complete. We'll now move in to a 2-minute warm-up session. Let's quickly bring up those results for you right now. Just to confirm that it was CJ Howe getting the win over Kyle Westover, Nick Klinkenbeard in 3rd, Jake Esther in 4th. We'll take a quick break here at Ultimate Dirt TV. We're going to play the American National Anthem and come back here with your main event on the other side of this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket
Welcome back, race fans. Oh, and again, apologies. That's the second week in a row that I've done that. Apologies to those wonderful sponsors down at the bottom of the screen that spent their hard-earned money supporting sim racing. Again, apologies from everybody here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Again, that's twice in 2 weeks. Maybe next week. Well, I'm not here next week, but maybe the week after. When I'm quarantining myself, maybe I won't make that same mistake. Here we go. Your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's 30-lap feature event. Let's see how they line up. Ryan Feller in car number 64. Going to start on pole on the outside of your front row. That'll be CJ Howell in car number 02, or car number 2. Tanner Russell will line up position number 3. Position 4 is going to be Kyle Westover. Inside your third row, car number 2 of Tommy Jordan lines up alongside Nick Klinkenbeard out of position 6. Robert Chapman, position 7. Jake Gester, position number 8. And that is all here for tonight's 30-lap main event. Richie Yost again not making the call for tonight's 30-lap A main event. "30 laps on the board. It's time to get dirty for 30 here at Fairbury as we are greeners." Well, we got a good race down through turn number 1 and 2 and down the back stretch. CJ Howell, Carl Westover. Here's the outside line to their advantage. Tommy Jordan and Nick Klinkenbeard will come together in the middle of turn number 3 and 4 down into 1 and 2. Once again, lap number 1 is in the books. And it is CJ Howell out in front. Track right now is still fairly juiced up at the moment. Ryan Feller rides in second. Carl Westover third. Then you go back and take a look at Jake S in the 17, working the outside, but on the inside of him is in car number 2. That is Tommy Jordan. Meanwhile, Ryan Feller catching up to your race leader. Closing the gap by, it's now what is looks to be 4/10 of a second down into turn number 3 and 4. Let's take a look at the last lap times here. 13.219, 13.203, 13.282. So the drivers out in front, CJ Howell, Ryan Feller, by far the 2 quickest cars on the racetrack. We'll see what it is this time by. 13.202 again to 13.272. So at this stage, well, you can see the gap between there's Robert Chapman. He has gone back to pit road. There he is in the number 14 machine again, waiting just to come back out on the pit road, waiting for maybe a yellow, but I don't think we're going to get one just yet. Tommy Jordan, Jake Esther continuing to battle for 4th and 5th right now. Jordan up on the inside, Esther working the outside, Jordan in the 2, Esther in the car number 17. Then you go back to Nick Klinkenbeard off a podium last week. Meanwhile, Carl Westover in the number 15 machine. Again, had a solid run last week. Trying to catch up to, I think, week number 1 winner of Ryan Feller, I think that may have been. We've seen some good racing so far. We are 1/3 of the race distance complete. 10 down and 20 to run. Feller has got some technical issues in the number 64 machine. He's got it back going again. Westover moves back to the inside. Tyler, I'll get to your question here in a minute. Kyle Westover 1.2 seconds away from CJ Howell. Ryan Feller just starting to slip back to position number 3. Feller was your initial pole sitter. Took out the opening win, or opening heat race win here at Fairbury. Tommy Jordan catching up to Ryan Feller now down into turn number 1 and 2. Jake Esther, Tanner Russell, Nick Klinkenbeard, and there is Robert Chapman. He's back on the racetrack, but he is some 5 laps down here in this main event. And, well, I don't think that he'll be getting those laps back anytime soon. Closing in on half race distance right now for your race leader. This time by out of turn number 4 as he makes his way into 3 and 4. We have officially reached the halfway stage. 15 down and 15 to run. And this track is just juiced up to the max right now. All he's having to do is just run the bottom side and can see CJ Howe. Can he pick up a race win here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway? Second place, Carl Westover. He's now 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, goes down to 1.6 and 1.4 seconds. So the gap is it's starting to widen up between CJ Howe and Carl Westover. Ryan Feller, as meanwhile Jake Esther now has gotten by Tommy Jordan. Jake Esther finding something on the top side of the racetrack, I gotta say, but now the gap is really closing down. It's down to 1.1, 1.2 seconds between Howe and Westover. Carl Westover's starting to get up on the wheel, but now that last lap really hurt the driver of the number 15 machine. 10 to run this time by 20 in the books. CJ Howe, will he reach lap traffic? I doubt it. Robert Chapman already 5 laps down, so look at that, 7.5 seconds between first and 7th. And consider that these drivers, you take a look at the lap times. Meanwhile, he's a battle for the final spot on the podium. Jake Esther with a slide job on Ryan Feller. Feller crosses back underneath him. A good battle now for third and fourth as Tommy Jordan watches on and can do nothing but just sit around and watch this battle. Nearly got the best seat in the house besides us up here in the commentary box. Jake Esther, the 17 on the outside once again. He has moved into position 3 for the first time, and he has moved up 5 positions. He started position number 8, and he's made his way up into a podium position. Now Ryan Feller trying to hold on to position 4. He's got Tommy Jordan creeping up on the inside in car number 2. Then you go back to Tanner Russell and Nick Klinkenbeard battling it out right now. Back up to your race leader this time by here out of turn, or into turn 1 and 2. 5 laps to go for CJ Howe in car number 2. Trying to put this car in victory lane. Kyle Westover closing in. It's now down to less than a second. And you're going to wonder, has Kyle Westover, is the run just been left a little too late? Is CJ Howe, is he starting to play it safe? 3 to go down into turn number 1 and 2. Will they get to Robert Chapman? Will the 14 of Chapman play a part in the outcome of this race? I don't think so. Popsicle sticks around. 2 laps to go for the driver of the number 2 machine. CJ Howe looking for a win here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway, round number 3 of the Touring Modified Series. The white flag flies. We get set, ladies and gentlemen. Down the back stretch for the final time into turn number 3 out of turn number 4. Fireworks going off. Checkered flag is out. What a win to CJ Howe. Let's take a look at those feature race results for you right now. CJ Howe officially gets the win in a race that goes flag to flag. Green to checker all the way. Kyle Westover home in second. Third goes to Jake Esther. Ryan Feller home in fourth. Tommy Jordan will round out your top 5. Nick Klinkenbeard home in 6th. Tanner Russell 7th. And Robert Chapman now 7 laps down home in position number 8. Let's take a quick break here. And we are going to chat, hopefully, to our podium. Alright, well, let's go down to victory lane and chat to a driver that comes home in first place tonight. And we'll get the job done here in car number 2. CJ Howe, congratulations on this victory. Well, a race that goes flag to flag. Well, first of all, congratulations. Were you sort of getting worried there in those final probably 5 or 6 laps?
Kinda, but I mean, I wouldn't say I was worried. I just trying to keep him spinning because I seen him coming and seen the gap between us closing, and I was just trying to hold him off.
Looked like for the first half of the race there, you just rolled the bottom side. Obviously, that was the preferred line coming into tonight. Have you done much modified racing here at Fairbury?
No, I've had a few leagues earlier tonight and just haven't had time.
All right, well, look, you start on the outside of the front row. You win heat number 2, and you lead, I believe, all 30 laps here tonight. So, CJ, congratulations on this victory. Before we let you go, of course, sponsor shout-outs. Who helps you turn the wheels on this number 2 machine?
Bad Racing, all my teammates over there. HRG Graphics. That's it. Thank you.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. CJ Howe there, home in first place. Let's try and chat the driver that comes home second place tonight. It is Carl Westover. Carl, congratulations on this second place finish. Second time tonight you finished behind CJ Howe, but man, you really had some closing speed there in the number 15 machine.
Yeah, I found a little different line there towards the middle of the race. I made too many mistakes, and CJ's really smooth. So if I wouldn't have made any mistakes, I probably could have made it a little bit interesting. But we'll take second.
Well, it was always going to be a tough race, especially at how juicy the track was. Were you sort of planning to sort of go upstairs early on, or what was the game plan for you in this 15W machine?
Yeah, I was really just trying to find a line that nobody else was running. When they get on these fixed setups, everybody's real equal. So you really got to try to do something different to make it happen in these types of races.
Certainly about trying to minimise your mistakes, that's for sure. But, you go 30 green flag laps, green to checker all the way in the number 15 machine. You come home second place tonight. Congratulations on this run. Before we let you go, of course, Carl, sponsor shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
Yeah, man, just everybody on my real race car, Wichita Tank, Robbie at 44 Drywall, Camco Plumbing, Billstein Racing Shocks, Dark Horse Racing Shocks, Jimbo's Liquor, Wyatt Sheet Metal, all these guys, Western Fly Race Cars. I appreciate all the help.
All right, there we go. Carl West over there, home in second place. Home in third place tonight in caliber 17, Jake Esther. Jake, congratulations on this third place finish here tonight, man. That's a third place you've really had to work for after starting on the outside of the fourth row. You move up 5 positions. Officially hard charges tonight. How are you feeling after that one?
In the beginning, it didn't feel really great, but towards the end, I was running the top pretty fast, and I was kind of hoping for a caution so I could get up to this front too. But we were moving up on the top once it came in.
Yeah, it looked like those sort of first 10 to 15 laps as you were battling with Tommy and Ryan. It almost looked like sort of they were sort of impeding on your line there, just especially with the way that these drivers come off the bottom, that they have to actually move up the racetrack. Do you think that maybe if you started, a row or two higher up in this field, that you may have had a shot at CJ or Kale there?
Not really. They were like, I believe 5 seconds ahead of me, so I don't really believe 1 or 2 rows in front of me wouldn't have done anything different. But yeah.
Well, fix that up racing, you can't really do anything to the race cars, but anything that sort of stood out throughout that main event that maybe you wish you hadn't have done, that you could go back and change, but you can't.
Just probably just running the bottom. It didn't work for me at all, so I would have just probably stayed up top and see what would have happened.
All right, well, 8 up to position number 3, Jake. Congratulations on this podium run here at Fairbury. We take a week off next week, and I believe in 2 weeks' time we come to Lanier, I think it is. But, Jake, congratulations on this third place. Before we let you go, of course, we'll throw the mic back to you one final time. Sponsor shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
I'd like to thank my mom for buying this all for me, and obviously the big old bush on this car. All
right, there we go. Jake Esther there, home in third position. That'll wrap up your podium interviews here. Congratulations, of course, goes to the driver number 2 machine of CJ Howe. Gets the win for Bad Racing in the number 2 machine. And, well, a quick night here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We are done inside of half an hour. And Ty, just to go back to your question, how do you join this league? Well, if you search up Touring Modified Series on Facebook, or you can message Tommy Jordan on Facebook, send the page a message and just let them know that you're interested in running with the series, and the guys behind the scenes can let you know how to get involved in this great and wonderful league that we showcase here on Tuesday evenings here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And of course, Again, apologies to their sponsors. It's the second week in a row. Hopefully, in 2 weeks' time, I won't have that issue to where I'm sort of just getting home 5 minutes before the broadcast. And again, that is on me. I do apologise to those wonderful people behind the scenes that make it all possible. Again, a big thanks to the Ultimate Dirt TV sponsors, Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder Racing League, and Loud Pedal Productions. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, we say farewell, good night from Fairbury, and until we got about another 7 hours time is when we're going to have our next broadcast. It'll be the Rush Sim Racing Midget Series. I believe we head to the dirt track at Charlotte. Myself and James Rice will be on the call for that one, again live across Facebook and YouTube. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, be safe, good night, and God bless.